Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. I hope you're doing well. So today, as much as I promised some dilution ratio tests, the car's not really that dirty. I mean, it's covered in leaves, but there's not a lot, leaves and tree bits, but there's not a great deal of clag up its flanks. So today I was racking my brains what to do. So we're currently dry, clear, bright-ish. It's winter, so we're up on the rally ramps. I've got bilt hamber touchless in here, bilt hamber Surfx HD in here, 200mm of product in that one, about 100mm of product in that one, angled lance extension, so I can get up underneath the car without too much ag. Got a couple of different spray nozzles, probably a narrower one. I'll use a narrower one so I can get up into the nooks and crannies. And you guessed it, we're doing Lanoguard. So just running the car for a bit to get everything nice and warm, so when the product goes on it's warm. So I'm going to get up under here and get that all clean and get Lanoguard on it. And the reason I haven't displayed the Lanoguard bottle at the moment is because all my stuff is stored outside in a plastic storage box. It's probably a little bit on the thick side, so it's currently in the sink with boiling hot water to get the lance squirter extension and the bottle of Lanoguard nice and thin and fluid and liquid like and moving, so it's easier to apply. And normally I always do the bum. I get the bum in the air, I do the bum, but I thought I'd seen some other comments saying side to side. Why not? Let's get a side done. See how we get on. Right, let's start getting the products on. Oh, and I meant to say, I've got the big boy. I did speak to Lanoguard directly, and they said it is okay to put Lanoguard onto wet, and it will dispel the moisture and then soak into the metal and provide a waterproof barrier. But I bought the big boy out, so as well as running the car to get it all warm underneath with the warmth coming from the exhaust pipe just to help dry things out, but also I can just get into some of the little nooks and crannies with the big boy. So the reason I chose to use the IK is because it will work at any angle. So I can start getting it into the chassis rails and the crevices on the underside. So that's going on a treat, as you'd imagine. Get it up under the skirts. Try not to get totally covered. Make sure I don't get it on the GoPro. Get it up under here. Right, let's give that a pump. Let's just pause a minute. It's going to be a rolling around on the floor day. Right, let's try not to get the GoPro covered. Just starting to lose connection with the pickup. Right, I'll get the rest on in the same fashion, and then it's going to be Mjjc foam gun on a pointy setting just to jam snow foam up all underneath. I found this is quite a handy method. If you insert that way and then spray outwards, You can get up inside the skirts, which are prone to garnering mud and water. So you can see it coming out. So it's getting some under there, and it's foam time. So I've done a little spray pattern. Perfect for this application. So I'm just going to get the GoPro on a stand somewhere far away. Hopefully that'll do. I don't want the GoPro to get covered in foam particularly. I'll get some in there. And the beauty of this is that you can go wood like that. Pickup tube is very soft and supple, so it's hanging at the bottom. And my apologies, I might have to be in the camera a bit. Gotta get under, it's one of those jobs. Well, right. Good. Apologies. Hopefully that was a semi-tolerable viewing experience, but it's great with that. I never ever used the foam cannon set to like a long spray pattern. Excuse me. And as always, apologies for the scruffy appearance, but we're car cleaning. So there you go. And I hope the sound's still good. Let's see how much we can get to. Hopefully, nearly all. Have a look at that. So, great job, just what we need. We'll start getting that off in a minute. Just going to pause. Let's have a looky look. Ooh, apologies, more on the floor. So, we've got a nice layer of Surfex. You can see dirt coming off there, either dirt or rust. Let's hope it's dirty. So we've got a nice layer of Surfex breaking down the initial dirt and the hard dirt, or tougher dirt we should say, and then a nice layer of touchless. And of course I'll be doing the arches as well, and the wheels had to get a little bit of spray. Let's have a peek underneath. All looking good. Fabulous. Let's let that dwell for 5 minutes and then we'll start getting off. Super job. And we've got the 15 degree nozzle and the angled extension lance, and as per standard practice, test squirts. So you don't fire that or the extension at your pride and joy. And the beauty of this is, as I've said before, you don't have to, there's not so much rolling around on the floor to get underneath. And we'll just get this off the wheels while I'm letting the products do their stuff. Well, at least we can see the coating still working, eh? It was Wednesday when I washed the car. Today is Sunday. So it'd be rude not to rinse off the leaves and stuff when I shut the camper van. I want to fill the camper with water. Right, I got the majority of the leaves and bits and bobs off camera. So Dwell's doing the do. Let's get the GoPro where I deem it relatively safe. We'll see if we can get some shots of this. Start getting that off. Been using the GoPro as my own viewfinder. Lovely. Well, hopefully that is a better angle than what I've presented before, but that gives you a nice example of the cleaning power and the sort of stage you want to get to for degreasing, desalting, getting all the rainwater off, etc, etc. So it's looking all right. I'll do a portion on there away from the GoPro for obvious reasons. I know they're waterproof, but at the moment the GoPro's in its media mod case, which is not waterproof. So I don't know where I'd be without the GoPro. Get myself under a tad, nothing too extreme. You can see my heat shield flapping around. Got to get under and fix that. It's asking for another washer. So I think that's enough of the process. For that part, I'll get that fully rinsed off camera and get in all the niggly bits like behind here, because obviously that's going to soak the GoPro. I'll get round all those bits and then I'll get the blower out, start giving it a bit of dry. Also get the car running to produce some heat, and then make sure the Lanoguard's warm and start getting the Lanoguard on. Right, that's all done. Do you know what? I've got all the gear out. I'm going to have to foam it, aren't I? Just going to foam over the car and give it a rinse. It is almost clean. But I think, you know, who wouldn't do the top? I've got all the kit out. The foamer's next to me. Why not? Let's do it. So, like I say, why wouldn't you? Right, we've got 100ml of touchless. In here, 900ml of water. And as I said in my last video, you really don't need tons. My panel impact ratio test calculation said I needed 380ml. I mean, I'll be going through the stuff like it was going out of fashion. So, let's see. Cannon set to max. Quick note to self, don't do the swaying method with the GoPro stuck. When I watched back one of the videos, I was like, ooh, that's not good. And I need to start reminding myself I can now talk while doing things because of the new mic. Woohoo! Great, eh? Yippee, I can hear everyone saying more chat. Just what we need. Do you know what? I'm getting in the zone. That means I'm going to get that Mjjc shampoo and do the test that I mentioned the other day, which is half the dilution ratio, which I think is going to be fine. It's good, strong, concentrated gear, that stuff. So should be no problem whatsoever doing, instead of 100ml in 900ml of water, I'm going to put 50ml in. So half the dilution ratio. And like I say, you know, she's going to get a 2 bucket wash, well, 1 bucket wash. I only need 1. I should have done the dilution ratio tests after all, shouldn't I? But everyone was thinking at the beginning, who's he kidding? Why is he saying he's not going to wash it? He's bound to wash it. He always washes it. It's what he does. He washes cars. He's mad. I do find it very therapeutic, I will admit. Right, smashing. Let's just disconnect the gun. Note to self, try and start doing that off camera a bit more. I've only got so many hands. Right, very, very weak. And I meant to say, from now on, I'm going to call that 10%. That is 10% strength. I'm not doing that 1 to 10 gubbins because I always forget and say it the wrong way round and say 10 to 1. I don't know why, I can't help it. Maybe it's from years of gambling. I'm just kidding. I'm not a hardened gambler, but I think it's easier for us to say, oh, 10 to 1, blah, blah, blah. But then when you say it and I'm editing it, I think, oh, I've done it the wrong way round. The dilution ratio aficionados are going to be screaming at the screen saying, oh, what you meant is 1 part product, 10 parts water. Oh, well, yeah, probably. So, 2 things. 1, if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button and consider hitting that bell so you get notifications when I post up new content. Let's get rinsing. It's not my desired angle. I'm very particular about that. Vertical. For this application, there, nice, weak, bilt hamber, touchless, fine and dandy, all you need. Get that all off. But you're all thinking, we've been here before. And the guy-on is still working. Lovely, jubbly. So I don't need to do a lot. I'm going to push the mitt round anyway, just because apparently it's against the law to... you can't snow foam and then dry it. Because the snow foam doesn't take off all the dirt. So no matter what happens, there's still going to be particulates on the paint. And if you go straight in even though it looks clean and it's sheeting, if I go straight in with the woolly mammoth, not good. Not good. I have people screaming at the screen, what are you doing? What are you thinking of? I thought you knew what you were doing. But this is good. Gives the underside some more time to dry. And I need to get the car started, don't I? As well. That's what I meant to do. I was thinking actually, when I was testing the mic the other day and I had the car running at the end, you couldn't even tell it was running. So, another important note. Because obviously, the Subaru burble's what people expect. So, maybe for the end shot, I need to scratch that body mic, lapel mic, and get back onto some kind of road mic or something so we can hear the burble. It's what we all want. It's what we all want. It's what we come here for. It's the only reason we're here. Right, we don't need to do all that on camera. You've seen me do that 1,000 times. I'll get that rinsed off cam. Right, we'll have a quick look at the delivery of this. Mjjc shampoo, half strength, 50ml of product, 950ml of water, set to max. Let's layer that up. So you know what that's saying to me, obviously, you all know it. Still thick, still slick. So next time, 25ml of product in 975ml of water. So around about, what was that percentage wise? Oof, we were 10%, I've gone 5%. So I reckon we could go 2.5% strength. And that'd give you adequate foam and lubrication for a standard contact wash process with a mitt. And what that means is, this is at 5%, if you're using it 2.5% strength, it means the product will last for ages. Anyway, this isn't a dilution ratio or car washing test. Mustn't forget, I just saw the Lanoguard. Back to Lanoguard ASAP. Far too much, far too thick, just as good as before, as expected. Right, I'll get that off, get it rinsed, and then it's Lanoguard. So, given the nature of today's task, I blow dried the entire car. I didn't film that part because who needs to see a man blow drying a car? I mean, the neighbours must already think I'm totally and utterly crackers. So I've done a bit under this side, drying, so it's looking good. We're nearly ready to go. Sorry, I thought I saw some grot. I was having a panic. It's not. Just a patch that doesn't have Lanoguard anymore. I haven't done that yet, obviously, because as promised, we're doing that on camera. So I haven't done a huge amount of on the floor, so I know this is probably going to be loud, but let's just do a quick example. So I've literally been like this, having a good old dry underneath. All around the arches. all up inside the arches, underneath the butt. Did the same this side with the sort of pointy focused nozzle in the big boy. It really does blow a long way. Check it. Look. So from, oh, sorry. So with that in mind, you can see that if you lay here, you can easily be drying up the diff casing, rear subframe, etc, etc. No problem at all. Right, I'm going to let that run for a bit, have a quick break, get a kettle on, and then it is Lanoguard time. Whoopee! Right, we're going in. Lanoguard moto spray. Take the cap off, screw in your nozzle, make sure the pipe is going all the way to the bottom. Do a few test squirts, which I've done to make sure the nice oily Lanoguard goodness is up the tube, and it's this easy. Let's get that pipe out of the way. Doesn't matter if it goes on the exhaust, that will smoke and smell and burn off for a while, but that's it. So let's get in, let's move that. One thing I try to do is not get the lead and the handle covered in Lanoguard, because once that starts happening, it's not such a fun process. Get it in all the box sections, any gaps you can see. I do have a adapter that allows like a 360 spray that you pop in all the box sections, and you can see that starting to set as it touches the cold bodywork. Obviously, because of this wind underneath the car and blowback, I won't be doing the bit pointing towards the GoPro as much as it's an action camera. I don't want it getting caught covered in Lanoguard, so we'll get as much of this as possible on camera. This is the life. This is the Subaru way. But I want it to last, so it makes sense. Right, let's get the camera on a tripod for a bit. Oh. Oh. Yeah. I was just trying to get my mic on the other side so I don't... There we go, long sprayer. Get my mic on the other side so I don't lean on it. Oh, we're getting covered. Just give that a wipe. Apologies. So that gives you a good idea of how far this sprays, really, doesn't it? I mean, you can easily get all the way down there. So, albeit I'm only doing one side, you can see that I'm going to get a lot of coverage. I will get on my knees and get round and do the other side. Oh. Good thing with Lanoguard is it doesn't really matter where you get it, which is nice. I hope the audio's okay. This This is what she needs. Let's do this bit on camera as well. Try desperately not to get plastered in the stuff. Because as I say, as soon as that's happened and you start getting all greasy, then the fun is gone. There we go. Knocking the bottle over lost my pressure for a bit. Just adjusting the nozzle. There we go. Diff casing still covered from last time, which is good. Let's get up all inside here. I think this is like a tow bar mount. That bar. And always try and get in here. All the exhaust rubbers. Bottle's gone. 23.19. The bottle's gone. It's a difficult subject to film. Always like to get on the rubbers. It's apparently good for the rubbers. So try and get on the lower arms. As much into the subframe as possible. Right. Let's get the GoPro on a stand. Sorry. Try and spray away from the GoPro. I think the GoPro needs a clean. GoPro is sad. Let me just check that's a decent angle. Will do for a bit. Let's just get up under here. Exhaust rubbers. Rear subframe. Get it up there. I'll look after her. She'll look after me for another year. Right, let's get back and have a look. So I can just show this, hopefully. Lovely, lovely Lanoguard greasy goodness. Oh, I've lost preview. There we are. Super job. Super job. So we'll get it up here. So you can see the effect it has on any sort of aged looking underside. Very good job of moisturising that, soaking in, creating a lovely waterproof barrier. Just what we want. I'll get the rest of this bit done. I always like to get up, because that's where water's going to get slung during the winter. Right, I'll get the rest of that done off camera, and then we'll film. I'll do a film underneath just to show the nice shiny result. Right, just trying to degrease myself. Okay, so this is how we finished up. It looks brilliant. So I'm trying not to destroy my GoPro. Hopefully that's in focus. So that looks lovely. Get a nice shot of that. And what I found is your best option, as much as I say don't get it on you, as soon as it starts getting on you, it makes everything difficult. Particularly if you're trying to film, but also just doing it. See if we can get here and it still focuses. So you can see that starting to solidify and create this waterproof seal. Lovely. But yeah, number one tip, try and keep it away from yourself. Another tip I meant to mention earlier, try and get in from as many different angles as possible. So with that in mind, when I film doing this, I also got down the other end and put it on the long stream and sprayed from that angle, so I could get up behind the back bumper, etc, etc. But you can see the kind of finish that you get from Lanoguard. Nice. You can see the diff casing's absolutely plastered. I don't know how much I've used, probably half a bottle. So I've tried to get in as many different angles as possible, from as many different angles as possible, and into holes, gaps, chassis rails, etc, etc. And she's looking okay. She's looking okay for her age. Right, let's just get myself out. Ooh, apologies. Try and keep the camera on something steady, interesting while I peel myself off the floor. And also, just to finish, I've had this for ages, but after 6 squirts, it broke. So, against my better judgment, I've put it in one of my nice IK sprayers, and I'm just going to use this to finish off the plastics. So, let's look at a virgin bit of plastic. Dead, dull, horrible. I don't think we need loads. A little goes a long way. That old chestnut. It smells brilliant. So we'll get that up inside there. Up here in that little crevice. Nice, nice. Let's get the other one done. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. So let's get her done. So again, you can see nice and dry and rubbish. Instant shine. Lovely. Sorry if the shot's not perfect. Get that inside the arches. Can you see? Yeah, we can see that better. So, bone dry. Let's get this in. Oh, that's the action you're getting. So that is Chemical Guys bare bones. Let's get a couple up under here. Sorry. Right through the back of my gods. Keep them moisturised, eh? A little bit of extra moisture. Never going to hurt. And I did the back arches with Lanoguard. They got fully Lanoguarded, as you would expect. A bit of plastic in there. Lovely. Right. And that is that. That was a whopper. Sadly, as always, I really, really enjoyed it. Anyway, Lanoguard, easy peasy. Probably an hour, foaming, Surfex, pressure washing, let it dry. The big boy blower does expedite the process, but otherwise just let the car run for an hour. Go and put the kettle on, have a break, have a bacon sandwich, and then start getting the Lanoguard on, easy. And as discussed, I couldn't resist a maintenance wash. But it's nice being able to dry the car, to be honest. So nice being able to get it all dry in the arches, in the shuts, behind the lights, etc, etc. Anyway, that is that for me. Hope you enjoyed that one. Any questions regarding Lanoguard whatsoever, give me a shout in the comments, personal email, follow me on Instagram, message me on Instagram, however you want. Find me on the UK Foresters Forum. And one more thing, that's it. After, let's think, Christmas break. So we're a week and a bit into Christmas at the moment. So after 2 weeks, I'll get under and we'll video the side, this side here, that's had the driver's side, that's had the sort of lion's share, because I've been able to get under it, of the Lanoguard well applied. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll make another video, just an update, and we'll look under that side. I'll probably pressure wash it a little bit so we can see if it's still hydrophobic, still resisting rain, salt, grit, snow, ice, whatever may hit it in the UK weather. And that is that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope the sound was good. I've made some small adjustments to that. And I will see you again soon. Thank you ever so much for watching, as always. Take care. Bye-bye.